Okay, that seems to be working nice. For some reason, on my screen, the starting soon doesn't have the image on there, but let me refresh and see if it adds it to it. I can see it on the stream, but I don't see it on here. Now I see it. There's that. That's working nice. And then if we hit drive, that works nice. If anybody's watching, if you'd be able to just type some things in chat so we can make sure that the chat bots and everything work. A little bit. Make sure that I'm not blocking the view there. Move the text over accordingly. Then I need to move the other one over too. Okay, those look pretty good. If any of you guys are tuning in, if I can just have you type some stuff in chat just to get some chat lines going. And if we get chat lines going, then I can test the chat bots. Again, with the 24-hour race coming the next day, testing is something I am very adamant to try and get everything ironed out. Also, we have the red flag screen. Hopefully we don't need it, but we do have a red flag screen, and you guys should still be able to hear me with this screen on. You guys should still be able to hear me. Yep, there we go. Again, just doing testing. I've got 4 different chat bots going. I've got a chat bot going for the charity. I've got a chat bot going for the XCL Discord. I've got a chat bot going for the ATR Discord. I've got a chat bot going for the race directory. So these chat bots should be kicking in any second now. Also, again, thank you to everybody who's just followed through all of this. I have gained a ton of followers with this 24 Hours in Hell, and I hope to gain some more tomorrow. And this being my first 24-hour race to commentate, won't be entirely alone. I will be bringing in some other broadcast talent, but we will. It will be a lot of firsts tomorrow. First for me, first for a lot of people. So that's a little new. The box and the bar being there, that's new. I guess being in the place that it is, the board is usually in a different spot, but it may be because of the teams being on there. There is the race program. If you guys can verify that that race program link works, it should work. It takes you to the login. So you do have to log into it, but it does work. There's the XCL Discord link. And that should work. I don't know why this is happening. I haven't usually had this happen in a long time. That is very odd. We have gamer tags now disabled. For some reason in the options it wants to continuously scroll, but as long as we're not in the options, that shouldn't be an issue. I am also checking how the stream works with the mic plugged in, because that would be the best way to verify. It'd be the best way to verify that the controller stays on the entire duration of the session. So I don't know if you guys notice any discrepancy in the quality of my voice compared to what it usually sounds like, albeit grating. We're also doing some testing in terms of bringing other people into the stream. Also, the ATR and XCL Discord timer, the chatbot timers should be kicking in, but I don't think they're kicking in yet. And Tesaurus, welcome. Yeah, if I could just have you talk for me, that's really all I need you to do. I just need to be able to see if I can hear you. Yeah, for some reason it's not working. Oh, include your audio in the party.
Alright, I just clicked on include my audio, see if it's working.
Yep, it is working now.
Okay, that's better.
That is awesome. As long as that works, we'll be good.
Alright. Do you need someone on your stream right now to test anything visually or sound-wise?
No, I've got I mean,
Okay.
you can check you can hop in the chat, and there were some people that posted some stuff on the chat. I was trying to put some words in because the chatbot timers will start. We have been streaming for almost 15 minutes. I got 2 of my chatbots to kick in. I got the chatbot that goes to the race program and the chatbot that goes to the XCL Discord. But I have 2 more chatbots that should be kicking in. The chatbot that goes to the charity donation link, and the chatbot that goes to the ATR Discord.
Alright. Is it better for you at all if anyone watches the Twitch versus the YouTube stream? Is there any difference for you?
The Twitch is where I would prefer most people to be, because that's where I would interact the most.
Okay.
On YouTube,
so if I'm sending a link out to someone, do you prefer that I send out Twitch?
It depends on who they are. If they use Twitch, then Twitch. If they do not use Twitch, then YouTube.
Okay.
So that's the only reason that I do the YouTube. Well, there's 2 reasons I do YouTube streams. The first reason is to have all of the. First reason is because YouTube does permanent VODs, so we will have a permanent recording of the event entirety.
Okay.
And the YouTube is also for the people who don't have Twitch, because Twitch is a little bit more niche compared to people. So people who have family that doesn't, or that don't use Twitch or don't know what Twitch is, then they can send them the YouTube link, and the YouTube link will allow them to view the stream. Oh, I forgot to change the title of my YouTube stream, but I will not forget to do that next time. That's why you test stuff.
How did things go for your stream of the qualifying last week?
Oh, everything was great, albeit I had just come off of a COVID case.
All better a week later now, or?
Yeah, we're good. Sound a lot better, not coughing. In the 24 or the 2.4 qualifier, I was constantly having to mute my mic to cough and chug a ton of water.
Okay, I was going to mention, because I didn't hear you cough during it, I don't think so. I did watch it back after.
I was doing a lot of cover up. Yeah, sometimes you forget to change the title of your YouTube stream. But that's okay. I will not forget next time. I'll actually change it for tomorrow immediately after this testing stream tonight. Anybody else that is tuned in chat, if you could just spam some stuff in chat just to get the chat lines going so the chat bot reads the I guess I can change the chat bot timer to only needing to see one line. Or I can change it to needing to see no lines. That way everything should work without a hitch.
What made you want to stream all 24 hours?
Reasons.
Did you initially plan on doing all 24, or?
I did not initially plan on doing all 24, but it seems to just kind of be going that way. So, I mean, I'm up for the challenge. It's my first 24-hour race. I've actually never raced in one, but when I was talking to my commentary mentors, they asked me what my goal is. For them, their goal was to commentate on the Indy 500, and they did achieve that goal. They commentated it on the Indy 500 through IndyCar Radio and do it every year. For me, it's to eventually be on the panel for a real-life 24-hour race. I'll be that Le Mans or the Rolex 24 through something like Radio Le Mans or IMSA Radio, something like that.
When you watch a 24-hour race, have you ever watched all 24 in a row?
I have not. I've watched entire 12 hours before because my favorite endurance race is the Bathurst 12-hour. I have watched the entirety of the Bathurst 12-hour, beginning to end, not going anywhere. And Daytona this year, I was able to do 16 hours. It always ends up being that on the weekends that I want to sit there, do nothing, and watch these races that I get roped into having to do things.
Well, it's tough to get through all 24 for sure.
Yeah.
I've never raced in one, but I've definitely watched my fair bit.
This year with Le Mans, I watched 19 hours of it. And that was 19 hours that I was also having to deal with doing other things. So I was mostly listening to it rather than watching it.
I'll always make sure I'll watch all 24. You're not in a row if I'm not always able to make it all 24 in a row, but I like to catch up and catch the whole thing for sure.
For me, I did watch the entirety of the Sebring 12-hour this year. I watched the entirety of the Bathurst 12-hour this year. Bathurst 12-hour is my absolute favorite event. That's actually probably my goal as a commentator, is to just be
there.
To just be at the Bathurst 12-hour and be doing something related to it. Just be doing something with it. whether
Yep.
it be pit reporting or in the booth or on a secondary commentary thing. But
I can double check this, but I believe one of the members of our team photographs and has done some work with Team WRT in the States, the BMW.
yeah,
So I think one of our members has photographed and been around the,
that's the
so
Valentino
that's
Rossi
cool.
team, right?
Yes, I don't know if he worked with them when Rossi was involved, but
Yeah,
yes,
but
yeah,
number 46,
yeah, that's
Valentino
cool.
Rossi, BMW WRT Racing.
Yeah, yeah. So that stuff like that is cool to be involved. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, this is a good start for you, buddy. 24 hours is going to be a tough challenge.
Yeah, I do have in-person racing commentating experience,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, is really not as fun as doing it on the sim. At least the commentating that I was doing, it was at a dirt track. Everything was line of sight calling. I
Yeah, you don't
have
have control of cams and things like that.
yeah. So with an actual commentator, which I've been in the booth, I actually met one of my commentary mentors, Ryan Myrain. He's the one who had the goal of doing the Indy 500. Um, I met him at the GT World Challenge event at Circuit of the Americas, and I just had a sit down with him, and we talked about goals and commentary and just getting to know people, doing different things, getting out there. And he then showed me the entire production studio for GT World Challenge, all SRO events. So we went in the production trailer and um, we looked at all of the cameras, so like the replay cameras, the broadcast cameras, picking and choosing, like the guys that pick and choose which cameras get put into the
Yeah,
selection for the
which is a lot
broadcast.
going on.
Yeah, and then the final production, which those guys have like 60 screens. There's probably 250 screens in that trailer, and it's just server racks and screens. That's all that trailer is, and office chairs. And it's just a bunch of people in there, um, just going through all of the live feed, and then they put together what the commentators see. So the commentators are in the booth, which is over there in all of the nice offices and things like that that are on the side of the track. At Circuit of the Americas, they're pretty much all, or a bunch of them are first floor at the in the media center, which is the closest to the final turn. The closest building to the final turn is the media center. And then it's not above
Would
the
that be
pit.
on the inside or the outside of the track?
It's on the inside.
Okay.
But media center, and you walk in the media center, and there's all of these people that are running all of the different social media accounts for all of the different teams, and they've just got like 2 phones, 3 laptops, and they're sitting there just tapping away, putting all these posts together, going through photos. It's just a giant like convention room full of folding chairs and tables and power outlets. And it's all of these people that are going through and doing social media posts, going through the photos that they've taken. It's very cool stuff. But we went to the commentary booth, and it's really just a microphone and a screen, and that's it. Like that's all you have. It's a microphone
Good
with a
luck.
button and the screen. The screen you get from you get the screen from the broadcast truck feed, like the final feed that goes through to the commentary team. But the commentators literally like we do, or like I do with sim racing, they literally just commentate off of what they see on screen. Like
Oh
there's
yeah.
nothing else to
Yeah.
it. Like they are commentating what they see. Like the big Martin Brundle Lance Stroll at Monaco 2 years ago, the "What has happened? We need to know" thing with Lance Stroll and the camera cutaway. Because fun fact, at Monaco, all of the Monaco broadcasts are a separate team from
That's
the
locally
entire
ran,
Liberty
correct?
Media. Yeah, All the stuff in Monaco is private run just for that race. So like the broadcast team, camera crews, everything is specific to Monaco. Which that's a Monaco thing. It's not a Formula One thing. It's a Monaco thing. But that's how that got screwed up because the what am I trying to get at? Like the broadcast team, like they didn't really know what they were doing. They were just cutting away to something, and then they missed the one and only event that was like noticeable during the entire race. Yes, Monaco sucks.
Modern racing.
Monaco is just not a good race. I mean, it was good last year whenever it started raining towards the end, and then it became the whole fiasco of trying to keep the car on track.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not. I don't think it's a Monaco problem as much as it's the cars are too big problem. But
I mean, yeah,
it is what it is.
Too. It's because they took away our naturally aspirated V8s and V10s.
The cars will still be big again in the next regulations, so.
I remember they were trying to make these cars more racy, and then they made those great big old 19-inch wheels or 18-inch wheels or whatever they are, less sidewall on the tire, and everybody was like, "Oh, the cars are going to be slower. They'll be more racy. They have less of an aerodynamic bubble of dirty air behind that brings closer racing." And then nothing really changed. It just reset the order. It restacked them. So then Red Bull, dominated because they were the one that got away. They were the one that got it first. Ferrari was very close, but we're not able to keep up as well.
We'll see what Red Bull's able to do with their upgrade for this weekend. If they don't improve, it should be an interesting remainder of the season. If they do improve, then everyone else is screwed again.
Yeah, I haven't paid very much to Formula One recently. I did watch Silverstone just because I happened to be up at the time, but for the most part with Formula One, like a Formula One Grand Prix, I won't go to another Grand Prix, I don't think. It's just, it costs too much. Costs too much money.
No, it's too much money. I follow Formula One, I'll follow MotoGP, WEC.
Yeah, WEC, WEC. I have just begun telling everybody, and it's like, everybody's, I want to go to the U.S. Grand Prix, I want to go to the Miami Grand Prix, I want to go to the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and it's like, Miami and Las Vegas Grand Prix, those are more tourist attractions phenomenon than they are races.
Yeah.
The USGP,
won't have as much fun as you think.
Yeah, the USGP, albeit a Formula One race is cool to go to regardless, but people go to the Formula One race. They go to the Grand Prix to go to the Grand Prix. They're not going to go. A lot of people are not going because they like the teams or they like the drivers. They're going to the Grand Prix because it's the Grand Prix and it's something to do and to post on Instagram.
I would find it a lot harder to follow the race live going to an event, I think.
It's hot and miserable out there, and you really don't see that much. Like, the reason I say what I say is because I went to the U.S. Grand Prix in 2022, and while it was cool to see the cars go by, like, I came from a drag racing and NASCAR lifestyle. So that's what I was constantly around growing up. And I was like, oh, I'm going to bring earplugs to this race. And I had earplugs for me, earplugs for my girlfriend, extra earplugs, things like that. And then the Formula One cars come out on track, and I'm like, these are a lot quieter than I thought they were going to be. And pretty much for the Formula One cars,
LMGT3 cars would be way louder. Right?
Even then, they're still not that much louder. The things that are, yeah, they're really not that much louder.
Okay.
I mean, they're loud. They are louder for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was at the GT World Challenge, the loudest car there was surprisingly the Corvette C8 Z06 GT3R. That was actually the loudest car at the event.
I know that
And
spectators will always comment on how loud the MotoGP bikes are. I don't know
yeah,
how that compares
that's
to.
something that I would like to experience, but that's got a little bit more
Yeah.
nuance to it than the Formula One Grand Prix. At the MotoGP, you have a ton of motorcycle riders. Like the people who go to MotoGP are passionate about motorcycles.
Oh yeah, that's literally they're crazy. Yeah, especially some of the specific locations I go to. Yeah, absolutely. Coda would be interesting for MotoGP.
Yeah, they did MotoGP and they did King of the Baggers that same weekend,
Hmm.
and then I missed it, but I was gonna go to Radwood, and Radwood had the Ferrari Challenge race there, and Shay Adams was actually, I believe, solo commentating the Ferrari Challenge.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she is really good.
I always think like, man, they got to give her more airtime. When it's in from the pits, she's on IMSA broadcasts, correct?
Mostly in the pit lane,
Shay
but
Adams
she's
is
in the booth
fantastic.
with MX5,
Okay.
with John Hindaw.
No, that's what I'm saying. She needs more airtime. Like she's absolutely fantastic with great insight. Whenever she cuts in on the IMSA broadcasts, I'm always impressed.
Yeah, she's great. There we go. We got the third out of 4 chatbot timers to pop up. So we've got the XCL
Okay.
Discord so far, we got the race program, and we have the charity one. The charity was the big one. That's the one that I wanted to show up the most.
I can't click on the links for the Discord or the XCL, but I can click on the donation one. I don't know if that's okay. There's the Discord one.
There's
I can click
XCL
on that.
again.
Okay, maybe I wasn't able to click on them because I joined after, but I can click on these new ones. Okay. And their donations are working now. They changed it to the main, because I know last week their donation wasn't working.
Well, the donation was working, but the thing is we don't have a tracker for the donations anymore.
Okay.
Or at least I don't think we do. We may be able to set up a tracker through a website.
I saw he asked the one admin Airesh or Airfresh, I don't know what his username is. Irish. Okay. He posted on Discord to message them like what your donation was, and they're gonna keep track kind of manually. Because last week when I went to try and donate it, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, they had me disable the link, but essentially what that does is it just links you to the donation page for the foundation. I don't have all of the ability right now to add the extra programs that it would take to add the tracker and everything like that without going to like a different charity, because I believe if I did a different charity, or if we were doing it with a different charity, I may be able to make it work, but not currently.
Maybe just ask someone to keep you updated.
Yeah, I'll just have to,
Yeah.
announce different different things.
Do you have any sort of timing access, or like is it just you spectating from the lobby? Like, do you have anything you can look at extra, or just what we see?
In terms of
Like live timing and like anything like that, or is it just what we see when we're spectating as well?
So, what I spectate from is the garage, which allows me to essentially it allows me to see the running order and see the map. So, like when somebody spins, they pop up on the map as a yellow logo or yellow circle on the map. That then tells me like, hey, go check on them, see what happened. I can access like the timetables and things like that, which I do when it comes to like qualifying when I'm doing other streams. I'll go to the timetables and see. Mainly don't do it unless it's a multi-class event, because if it's a multi-class event, then I won't be able to see what kind of lap times the other cars will be doing. So if it's a multi-class event, I'll have to see like what the benchmark is, because once I know the benchmark for like the pole sitting GT4, then I can know what time they're running based off of the pole.
A race like this would be incredibly difficult to follow. Like, we don't really know who is in the car and who's fast, right? Like, some cars might be faster leading, but we don't know if all of the drivers have that speed and things like that.
We'll know who's in the car, but unless or until you start to see, I mean, there's some people that you may be able to notice through the qualifying race, you know, who's quickest, because you would think theoretically that the team would put the fastest drivers in the car. But
and there's people that I've seen on other XCL races, people I know that are fast, right? But there's tons of people that have never done any XCL racing that are joining up here for this, so I know that my team is generally within the same pace range. We're going to run within the same 5 to 10 seconds if it's all, you know, if conditions were the same for all of us.
Yeah.
So our pace won't be super different, but there's some aliens on the grid here, so I don't know how many of them are teamed up with other people that are as quick as them, so it could be interesting.
The Schwitzer Motorsport team looks to be absolutely deadly, but I thought they were going to clean sweep the GT3 and the GT4 pole position, but then that rain at the end of the qualifier definitely threw a wrench in that.
Rain is a big equalizer for sure. I know there's a few guys that raced in the qualifying that are like the top of the time trial leaderboards, like Cozy Lerner and like there's a few guys that are very, very fast. Irish himself too is one of the quickest guys out there.
I have been disconnected, so we'll see if they did a reset. They could have done a reset.
I have been disconnected as well. So
there's the red flag screen.
Okay.
Which will be displayed in terms of any server crash.
Yep. I see red flag.
Yeah, the overlays and everything should work nicely.
Would red flags, when the server restarts, are they able to put cars a lap down, or would everybody get their laps back?
I am not 100% sure. They may. I don't know. They may end up getting their laps
they're restarting. Back. Yeah, but I don't know if they'll be able to put you laps down. They're just gonna have to restart you and set the grid manually. But you're gonna get your laps back if there's a server restart, I believe. Which is good for the slower teams, bad for the faster teams, I guess. I think if you just survive, if there's a restart, it's like getting your lap back, kind of IMSA style, if you will. They let you get back on the lead lap a lot, don't they?
Okay.
Right, back on the server.
It is raining, it looks like.
Go, go, go. It's dry for me and started free practice.
Well, it said rain whenever I went to join, like on the opening screen.
Yes, it does show rain on that opening screen. It's dry for me for the next 30 minutes, it says. Which I really hope it's dry for me to start the race tomorrow, buddy. Last week was rough in the car at the start with all the spray.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
it will be, but
difficult.
It is what it is. It is Germany in.
Yeah.
It is Germany. It rains.
Yeah, I'll be ready if it does rain, but man, it was tough in the qualifying. When I believe we qualified, we started 12th or so, and then moved up to 6th or 7th at the end. But at the start of my stint, at the start of the race, was brutal with the spray. I couldn't see anything, and I was praying that people behind me were braking.
That's just
It
how
was
it goes.
impressive how clean everyone was. I was really impressed. Like there were I had no major incidents in the first few laps there, and it was really impressive given the conditions.
I wonder, and I was gonna ask, if we're doing the short formation lap or if we're doing the full parade lap.
Well, we did the short for the qualifying,
I
but I
assume
want to
that we'll be
say
doing the short, but the parade lap would be cool.
I think we're doing a full one because I saw the thing on their announcement today that said that the race is starting approximately at 11:10 p.m. So there's a 50-minute, or sorry, a.m., sorry. So the server resets at 10 a.m. and there's going to be a 50-minute practice. And then they're predicting that the race will start at like 11:08 or 11:10 a.m. So that's going to be, I think, a full formation lap after that 50-minute practice. That's an 18-minute gap. That sounds like a full formation lap to me. Unless they have like a 5-minute timer, pre-race timer kind of thing. I would like to know so I could fuel correctly for a full lap or not.
Yeah. Yeah, so server restart at 9 for me, and then
Okay.
50 minutes, and then there are a lot of things that will have to come into play to make sure that this goes right, making sure that the servers stay healthy, that everybody stays connected, nobody crashes, but I think it should be okay.
I could swear he posted something where I saw that they're expecting the race to start at 11:08 a.m. Eastern. I can't find it now.
I would just like a formation lap because it would give me time to have everybody's car on screen,
Run through the grid,
run through the
you know.
grid, get it shown.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we don't end up doing that, we don't end up doing that. But it lets me show off everybody's livery and car.
Yeah, please only say good things about us until we crash, then you can trash us.
I still don't even trash. There's a nice way to go about things. That's part of the magic of commentating. There's a nice way to say very mean things. Like, yeah, you crashed, but I'm not gonna say that you crashed. I'm gonna say, well, this is a very big change in strategy.
We're gonna go on a different pitch strategy now.
Yeah, you're now on a different pitch strategy. I mean, it's 24 hours. Your race isn't over from one spin. Everybody's gonna have an incident.
Oh no. Well, I'm looking at it now. Our team started 13th for the qualifying race. We finished 7th. I personally had 2 offs. They weren't spins or big damage crashes, but they cost me 3, 4 seconds each time.
The thing that
My
everybody
teammate had a pretty decently big crash and spin and had to reverse and everything, get out of the wall. And we still moved up 6 spots. Like, people are gonna have big time shunts and lots of time in the pit lane, things like that.
the big thing that everybody needs to just stay mindful of is, just finishing a 24-hour race is something in and of itself.
I've been trying to preach to our the chat during the week is just, don't worry about it if some mistakes happen. Don't get frustrated or anything. We're gonna make it, just do your best that you can. Have a good time out there. No one expects you to be the fastest person on the server.
There's no point to be the fastest person. I mean,
No,
granted, I have it not in
we're
the
not going to
context
be,
of there's
right?
not in the context of endurance racing, but just racing in general. Not every lap doesn't need to be a green lap.
No, it's not going to be. You're not going to be able to do that anyways. You have to just run your own race. I would hopefully like to see my team not battle too hard on track, especially early. If someone's faster, just let them go by. Run your own race. See if we can beat them in the pit stops. Take it easy around the GT4 traffic, no big deal. Nothing's going to be won here in a single stint.
Yep. To finish first you must finish, and you don't win the race on the first lap.
No, you certainly don't. Even you've seen it a number of times. The first place runner in a 24-hour race can have a number of issues.
23 hours 56 with Le Mans.
It doesn't matter how well you ran, or you can have issues at any moment, and you can still win. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot of fast drivers out there.
All right, well, everything works. I think it's enough test to get some sleep because I have a big day tomorrow.
Yep, you got a big day, buddy. I'll be in the car to start the race, but I'll be available for you at any time before or after that if you need anything or want me to join.
Awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Good luck.
All right. All right. Good luck to you, my friend.
All right, have a good night.